Welcome to Subscription Prescription, the podcast where you get the information you need to scale your subscription program. Hello and welcome to another dose of Subscription Prescription. I'm your host, Matthew Holman, and this week we're going to be talking about offers. But before I jump into offers, I want to take a quick moment to give a shout out to our sponsor, Upzello. They're revolutionizing how you should be approaching loyalty for your brand, especially if you are a brick and mortar and D2C business. A platform like Upzello allows you to change how you do loyalty and referrals with two really key factors. That's because they're using digital loyalty cards that sit inside your Apple or Google Wallet. And this allows you to do two things that, again, are transformative for referrals and loyalty. The first is you're able to send push notifications that are around geofencing. So if somebody's walking into your store, walking into a competitor store, or near one of your stores, you can send them an offer to go shop right away, as an example. The other thing is that if somebody's talking about your brand and they want to refer one of their friends or family members to your brand, instead of having to go log into a portal, find an email, all that stuff to trying to find a code to redeem, they can actually just pull up the digital wallet, show them a QR code, show them an offer right there. Boom, easy. Everything done from the palm of your hand, which is the way we should be empowering shoppers. I've got a special offer for anybody who's interested in finding out more about this. If you go to Upzello, you'll be able to use the code DRSUB, that's Dr. Sub, to get 25% off your first 3 months, and they'll set up everything for you. Okay, offers. Now, if you've been following this show for, I'd say longer than maybe even just a few weeks, you will know that I talk about offers all of the time. And that's because I believe, as someone who's seen hundreds of subscription brands, hundreds of different businesses, and seen what makes them successful and what makes them fail, is that a great offer is what allows you to grow your subscription business. Now, when I talk about this online, when I've done other posts, when I've done other doses like this in the past, often I feel like people they miss the point a little bit because I start to hate on discounts or the overuse of discounts. But the truth is discounts are important, but I think that we just want to spend time starting to think outside the box and thinking through different ways we can make offers. And on today's dose, I'm actually going to walk through a bunch of different examples that you can go look at their website. So I'll have links to all these shows in the show notes, but I'm going to go through all these different types of offers you see out there, including examples, so that you can go see some different ideas that you can start to mimic and test on your own store. Okay, so the first thing when we're talking about offers, there's just a couple of important components. What is an offer, right? An offer is what somebody's getting. So are they buying an ebook, a bottle of pills, pet food? Is it access to a software, right? What are they getting? And then there's a price, and that could include a special of some kind. And then in addition to the offer, there's a positioning. So there can be value positioning from a copy standpoint, like how you explain how this is going to impact somebody's life. And then there's also, I'm going to add in this extra element of design of how we position the offer so that it looks more valuable. As a quick example, like if you're on a software site and you're looking, there's like maybe a free trial, and then there's a $39 a month, and then there's $59 a month. They're trying to position those different options with design to make one seem more valuable based on like the graphic and the price and how they position that, in addition to the actual elements of the offer, which is in, say, like the description of that. So as we dive into offer examples, I want to also mention that I've got an ebook that I'm going to include a link to that you can download for free in the show notes as well. That talks a ton about the psychology of offers, how they work, and includes some of these examples I'm covering today. And then as a note as well, when we're talking about all this stuff, something I'm not necessarily going to spend a ton of time on is free shipping. A few years ago, every e-commerce brand on the planet was like, every order has to be free shipping. That has been dying down. It's less common. I should say it's still incredibly common, but it's not universal as it once was. And especially a lot of subscription brands are starting to use the free shipping option as an extra incentive to subscribe and save. So it might be like, hey, here's 10% off if you subscribe and save plus free shipping. Here's the full price on one time, and you have to pay for shipping for that. So I just want to point that out as an extra lever you can use in your offer, and the value positioning is with free shipping. Okay, so the first thing when we're talking offers at all are discounts. So you essentially have the price, and you're going to discount the subscribe and save option compared to the one-time option. This is essentially like universal practice of how people are doing this. If you're doing a subscription box, you're often not discounting it compared to another option because you can only subscribe and save to, say, like a subscription box. So keep that in mind. But the idea with a discount is you're trying to show somebody, hey, there's an extra reason to subscribe. By You can get a better deal this way. Now there are problems with that because a lot of times if somebody just only wants to buy it once, they'll subscribe via the discount and then cancel. So a lot of the other examples I'm going to dive into this is actually trying to position more value based related to the subscription, so that can be a greater incentive for you. But in addition to all these other options we're talking about, often discounts are at play everywhere. So like if there's a free gift or a starter kit, there's still often a discount involved in addition to the extra value. So you can keep that in mind as well. And some of the examples with this, I'll show you is how you can actually get better margins, even though you might be having a deeper discount on the subscribe and save option. Okay, so the next part, a way that you can start positioning an offer is with starter kits. So starter kit is essentially like, hey, this is how you can get started with our product. It's almost like an introductory offer. So a great example of a starter kit is Dollar Shave Club. If you go to their site right now, you'll see that their starter kit Shave Club is $25. They're discounting it by $20, and you're going to get the replacement razors, a handle. You're going to get their shave butter. You're going to get a cover. So it's all these little items that are coming as an example of a starter kit. Another one that I'm a big fan of is Tenzo Tea. So if you go to tenzot.com, .co, excuse me, you're going to see they have a refillable Tenzo tea tin. There's an electric mixer to help you make your Tenzo tea. There's a scooper, there's a glass tumbler, and a straw. So they're like, hey, here's all this stuff so that you have a great first experience with matcha tea from Tenzo. And by the way, you're also subscribing to get the tea each month as part of this introductory offer or this starter kit. With Dollar Shave Club, you're getting replacement razors as part of your subscription ongoing. And again, one of the beautiful things here is like, hey, somebody's curious or they're interested in your product. It's a ton of value. It also gives you this great option to have them have a really positive first experience, which can have a positive impact on retention, which is one of the reasons I like starter kits. Okay, the next example is a gift with purchase. So this is like, hey, if you subscribe, we're going to give you something really special in addition to a discount compared to the one-time option. A brand that I recently subscribed to is called The Meadery out of San Diego. If you start building a subscription box with them, you get an A5 Wagyu steak for free in your shipment and every shipment that you're subscribing to them. By the way, if you haven't had Wagyu steak, amazing. I've just really loved cooking with this stuff. But the idea is, hey, not only are you getting a discount for subscribing, but we're going to give you this gift as well. So it's, again, an extra incentive. It creates greater value, and it's going to make somebody want to jump onto that subscription more than they would the one-time offer because they're getting a lot more with the subscription. And then the trick is getting those people that have a positive experience that are going to stay on the subscription over time. Another good example of this is actually a client I started working with recently called Instant Hydration. They're selling these hydration sticks, basically that you're putting to water to help you hold on to your electrolytes. They're giving away a bottle of vitamins to help you with every box of instant hydration that you subscribe to. The beautiful thing about this gift is it's not just, hey, we're giving you some vitamins, but we're actually creating a value position around why you're getting a gift. So they're telling people, hey, the reason we're giving you vitamins is that having better vitamins in your system will allow you to hold on to your electrolytes better. And so our supplement is going to do better with the vitamins than it would on its own. So that's a great extra like positioning of why somebody should be buying the product and subscribing to it as well. And then just because the meal space, delivery space is so competitive, I often talk about ButcherBox and others, but I actually was looking recently, HelloFresh, their gift with purchase option is kind of nuts. So they're actually offering you, you get free breakfast for life. So you get a free breakfast meal with every box that you get. You get 10 free meals spaced out over the course of your first 7 shipments. And then the first box ships free. So, ton of food they're trying to throw at you to position their meal boxes. And again, they're relying on the fact that once you get it and try it, you'll like it. You'll like the convenience, you'll like the quality, you'll like all these things. So they're trying to come up with an offer that's going to be really compelling to get you to subscribe. And that's something you should be thinking of that psychology of like, what extra value can I pack here? If you don't have a ton, like a high SKU count, like Instant Hydration I mentioned, they really only have one product with different flavor options and the vitamins. They're using the vitamins, and I would guess that they've created the vitamins so that they can use it in that way. But you need to try to find ways that you can add more value to make that subscription offer more compelling. Okay, bundles. Now, there's a couple different types of bundles I'm going to talk about. And the first one relates to prepaid bundles. So this means if you buy more at once, you're going to get a bit bigger discount. So, for example, hey, a one-time option might be $50. A 1-month subscription might be $45. If you do a 2-month subscription, it might be $80 or $40 a month. If you do a 3-month subscription, it might be $99, which would be like $33 a month. So by getting somebody to buy more upfront, you can give them a bigger discount. And I mentioned one of the reasons why you can afford to give away more margin is because you're actually saving on shipping. If you're shipping it to them all at once, there's a couple different ways you can ship it to them all at once, or you could still ship them one at a time and they're still prepaying for that all at once. But also because you're getting all that cash up front, there is a financial benefit to getting cash back into the system right away. And so you can afford to give up more margin because you can use that cash to plow it right back into the business for growth, as opposed to waiting for month over month to get the money back that you can then put back into trying to growing profitably. So a website that I want to have you go check out is respire.com. They're selling kind of like that hostage tape stuff to help people sleep. I love showing people this product page because I think it's just beautifully done. They're positioning when you subscribe for 1 month, for 2 months, for 3 months, and then 6 months. These are the different specials you can get. They show price per strip so that you can very clearly see the discount that is available to you. And then they're also able to do that kind of like middle positioning. You have a good, better, best option from price, but maybe that 3-month commitment makes the most sense. They can tag that with most popular. I highly recommend going and looking at their product page to see how this looks. Let's see. Another one is Learning with Kelsey. So this is kids' learning boxes. Depending on if we have a toddler or a preschooler, she's sending activities, coloring, all this different stuff, and a subscription box monthly. She's showing a different price when you prepay for each month, essentially like that. And again, this is a brand that I work with, and so I know that it actually does a great job of boosting average order value. It also locks people into retention because if somebody's subscribing for 3 months or 6 months, you don't have to worry about that first month drop off. They're showing you a really, really good commitment. I will make a note here when we're talking about prepaid. I've talked about Zamo as a partner on this show before as a sponsor. It's also a technology that I use a lot. Using them with a few brands now, you're able to say somebody gets a 1-month subscription. You can use Upzello to you can use Zamo to upsell them into a prepaid subscription after that first month, so that you can lock in 3 months or 6 months on a subscription that way. Okay. Additional bundle offers actually have to do with like stacking things together. So a website I want to point you at is legionathletics.com. They're selling supplements and they have a whole section, if you look under their shopping, under stacks. So the idea here is that you're positioning multiple products together that people would commonly use, like a bulk stack if you're trying to add muscle, a weight loss stack, an endurance stack. So the idea is you're putting products together that people would normally buy together in such a way that you can offer a better discount or offer, especially when they're going to subscribe to those. Like if you're going to take a daily protein, glutamine, creatine, those types of things, you could bundle all those together in such a way that that offer is going to look that much more attractive as opposed to buying them individually somewhere else, or just buying one product from Legion Athletics and buying some of the other stuff somewhere else. So it kind of makes more sense. It's a better value for somebody to get them all in one place from you. Okay. Another great option here and offer is this buy more and save. So the idea that you can have extra discounts available, the more somebody buys from you. So a really common couple of brands here is drinkmagna.com. You can see that they're going to have a couple of different levels depending on if you want to buy 1 box a month or 2 boxes a month. There's a better price for buying more boxes at a time. Another company is Javi Coffee, right? So they're positioning on their product page. If you buy 4 or 3 or 2 or 1, you're going to get a different price or a better discount when you buy 4 versus 3 versus 2 or 1. Another example that I love is with Algae Barn. If you haven't heard of this brand before, they're actually helping people grow algae naturally inside their tanks at home. But they're putting a ton of different options on the page, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10. So you can see a better price option, the more that you buy from them at one time. Works really well also for wholesale orders, which is one of the reasons that they do it. But one of the interesting things here when we're talking like this buy more and save is we're creating this discount. It's a scaling discount. So as people are looking to buy more of these, another brand that I love that does this well is Lilac Street. If you're buying eyelashes, depending on how many you want to get, you're going to get a better deal when you're going up to tiers. And so one of the things around this strategy is looking at trying to incentivize higher average order values. Okay. So we're trying to get people to buy more initially. That's one of the great reasons to do something like this. The downside is sometimes if you get people to buy too much at once, that they will then cancel because, hey, I know I picked a 1 month subscription, but I bought essentially 3 months of your product. So I really only need it on 3 months or they might cancel. So the trick here is making sure you're enabling the right experience so that if people are buying more at once, you're putting them on a 2 month or 3 month or 6 month subscription instead of trying to lock them into what you would prefer, like a 1 month subscription, or after the fact, making it really easy for people to manage that or make that change so that you can hold on to them from a retention standpoint. And then another thing that I really want to explain with all of these offers, and something that I probably should have spent a little more time explaining at the top of this episode, is that one of the reasons we're looking at positioning these different types of offers, how we're putting the value positioning of the price, showing the discount, a starter kit, whether we're doing a subscribe with gift or that free shipping option, is to increase conversions. So we're trying to find ways to increase subscription conversions while at the same time lowering our overall cost to acquire a customer or CAC. So you can keep one time as an option on there, but default to subscribe and save and test some of these different offers, versions of the offer that I've mentioned to make that look more valuable. One of the reasons I like, say, the prepaid bundle option that I mentioned with Respire is because that can actually lower your CAC overall because you're going to get a lot of different people that are buying. You're going to get people that are really interested in the one-time option that just go and select that. You're going to get a portion of your subscribers that are going to pick the 1 month subscription. And then you're going to get a smaller portion, but still a decent percentage of people that are picking the longer frequency prepaid options. And that causes your average order value per purchase to be higher. And then it's going to have a positive impact on conversions. And so then your customer acquisition cost to LTV or lifetime value is going to be more favorable for your business. So I know there's a lot of pieces I just kind of explained there, but essentially having some of these other options on there, whether people can spend more with you, whether that's buy more and save or the prepaid options, allows a certain subset of your customers to spend more, which increases the average value of people that are hitting that page. So that's important for your business. Okay. An extra bonus I want to share with you is just a general product page that I just love. It's called Flaus, FLAUS.com. This is an electric flosser. It's a device. The reason I'm pointing it out to you is because they just do a great job. There's nothing extra or extra hype around what they're doing. They're not giving away extra flosses or flossers or anything special, but they do a great job of showing you from like a starter kit standpoint. Here's everything that's in the box. Here's the charger, the device, and then their subscribe and save button just looks so great. They're showing the price, and then they're very clearly stating that you're getting the replacement heads for the flosser on this subscription. So if you're looking for some design inspiration, I would look at Respire.com or klaus.com as some great examples of how you can do that for your own brand. And then again, as an extra bonus, I have the ebook that is available that you can look through and get into that as well. So again, when we're talking about driving better conversions for subscriptions, it's not always price. Price is just a starting point. We want to be thinking through different ways we can create extra value so that people are going to want to subscribe, that we can make that subscriptions feel like a no-brainer. Like, hey, I'm trying to lose weight, or I'm trying to feed my pet, or I'm trying to find a better beauty routine. What makes it a no-brainer purchase for a lot of people that are hitting your page to pick that subscription option as opposed to the one time? That's really the whole genesis behind the idea of innovating around a great offer. Okay, that's it for this week's dose. Again, if you have some time and you're interested in a better referral or loyalty program, I highly recommend you go check out Upzello.com. Don't forget the code DRSUB or Dr. Sub to get that discount. That's it for this week's dose, and stay tuned for next week. That's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe so that you can get notified when new episodes come out each week on Tuesdays.